friends, it's Gwen and I am here to do my August book haul. So these are the books that I got in August. I hope you enjoyed. Some of these were given to me and I will explain as I go along. The first book that I picked up is The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey. I've heard a lot about this book. I actually bought this book for someone else, but it wasn't the book that they wanted and I got it for fairly cheap, so I just figured, I'll add it to my collection. The second book is a book that I've been wanting to read for a while, but I didn't want to really fall into the hype, but I guess I'm just going to go ahead and do it now, and that is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. And yeah, I've just heard nothing but great things about the series. Maybe not so much the author, but it is what it is. I got it for $2.97 at Books A Million, and that is The Diviners by Libba Bray. I know the second book just came out, so if I like this book, then I will move on to the second book, but this is kind of like a paranormal book set in the 1920s, and I really like that era, so hopefully I will like this book. Okay, now that the helicopter is gone, it was the Get Pop Cultured event at Barnes & Noble. They have it every June or July, I forget now. I picked up two mangas, this one and this one, and then I picked up a couple of comics. I showed these before. These were all free, so this was those zero money spent there. Next, I picked up The Prey by Andrew Fukuda. This is the second book. The first book is The Hunt, and I don't have The Hunt, but hopefully I'll get it. I picked this up because the cover is amazing and it sounded really interesting, and it was only $1. The second book I also picked up. It was a complete cover buy and I haven't heard anything about it, and it was also $1, and that was Shine, 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 a novel by Lydia Netzer. This is more of an adult novel. It's a married couple and her husband works for NASA. Now 20 years later they are married, and Sunny wants more than anything to be normal. She's got the housewife thing down perfectly, but Maxon, a genius engineer, is on a NASA mission to the moon, programming robots for a new colony. So it sounds a little bit sci-fi, but a little bit, adultish. So we'll see what that's all about, and it seems fairly short, so I should be able to read it fairly quickly. Book I picked up at the Miami International Airport on my way home. When we got to the Miami International Airport, we had about 12 hours to spend in the airport, and I was finishing up the last chunk of the book that I was reading, but I knew being in the airport for 12 hours, I was going to need something else to read. So I went into this bookstore, this unassuming bookstore, and it was huge, you guys. It's called Books and Books, and I believe it's on the D-Wing, or on the way to the D-Wing, but it is huge, gigantic. It is the biggest bookstore I have ever run across in an airport. If you're ever in the Miami International Airport, I highly recommend you check it out, because from the outside of the store it looks like a nice size bookstore, but when you go in, it's practically a small library. I did not know what I was looking for when I went inside, because I wasn't planning on having to buy a book, but I mean, come on, let's be honest. Buying books is like my thing. But I went in, and as soon as I saw this book, I knew immediately that was the book that I was going to buy, and I only wanted to buy one because I had to pay full price, and that's no fun at all. This book, because I saw a review on Colleen's channel at Creating Colleen. I believe it was her first video that she ever put out, and it just sounded like a really interesting book and one that I wanted to read. So I picked this up and I am currently reading it, and it is Dietland by Sari Walker, and yeah, I am really enjoying this. She kind of describes it as like a little bit like a Fight Club book, and it kind of is like that. Like, you just don't know the direction that this book is going and like what's going on. But the main protagonist is an overweight female, and yeah, that's why I wanted it. Plum Kettle does her best not to be noticed, because when you're fat, to be noticed is to be judged or mocked or worse. With her job answering fan mail for a popular teen girls magazine, she is biding her time until her weight loss surgery. Only then can her true life as a thin person finally begin. But when Plum notices she's being followed by a mysterious woman in colorful tights and combat boots, she finds herself falling down a rabbit hole into the world of Calliope House, a community of women who live life on their own terms. Reluctant but intrigued, Plum agrees to a series of challenges that forces her to deal with the real cost of becoming beautiful. At the same time, a dangerous guerrilla group begins to terrorize a world that mistreats women, and as Plum grapples with her personal struggles, she becomes entangled in a sinister plot. The consequences are explosive. Part coming-of-age story, part revenge fantasy, Dietland is a bold, original, and funny debut novel that takes on the beauty industry, gender inequality, and our weight loss obsession from the inside out, with the fists flying. That was a tongue twister, but I'm loving it so far. It's very intriguing. So that's a bit of a tongue twister, but I'm gonna link Colleen's review down below. I can't believe she did a review for this book. I mean, right now it is so hard for me to wrap my head around this and even begin to explain this book. But I do hope to do a review of this book once I am finished and I know the full story, because so far I am loving it. And I got my first package from my secret sister and I was so happy. I also got my Uppercase subscription box for August, and I received both of these books at 2 a.m. when I got home from the Miami International Airport. So the one that my secret sister sent me was The Winter's Curse by Marie Rotowski, and this is a book that I have heard tons about, and it's been on my wish list for quite a while, and she sent it to me and I'm really excited to read this. The book that I got in my Uppercase subscription box, which I have already done an unboxing of on my channel, was Rebel Mechanics, All is Fair in Love and Revolution by Shayna Swinson. And this is a steampunk novel, and other than that, I really don't know much about it. But how cool is this bookmark and cover? And last but not least, I have been searching forever for a few books to add to my Patricia Cornwell Scarpetta series collection. And when I was gone, my sorority sister found a bind up of the first 3 books. And these were some of the ones that I was missing. It's huge and gigantic, but I am so excited to add this to my collection. Yes, I will probably still look for the hardback cover books of each individual book, but yeah, I'm so excited to add it to my collection, and this was a total score. Most expensive book that I bought was Dietland. I bought this in the airport, so it was full price, but everything else was like super discounted. This was free. This is part of my subscription box. Yes, I pay for it. Well, my husband pays for this for me. And this was free for my secret sister. This was $1. This was $1. These were free. These were free. This was $2.97. This was, it doesn't have the price tag on it anymore. But let's just say that I paid $10.99, which is the listed price here. This one, I know I got at a discount, but I was going to give it to someone, and I took the price sticker off, so it was probably like $2.97, like the Diviners. So, and this one I did pay $26 for. So that kind of sucked. But anyway, so as you can see, I mean, I spent less than $20 on all of this, and I mean, probably less than 10, really. I don't know about the Throne of Glass, but if you take Throne of Glass out, I spent, let's see, $3, $6, $7, $8, and then I bought this. So I spent, and this was $26, so I spent around $40 for all of these books. So not that much, except for the one book, of course, but you know, what can you do? Anyway, that's all I have for you today. I hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you again soon. Bye!